What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Hunter, and it is Sunday evening. Thanks for tuning in for another broadcast. This match is going to be featuring Liquid.Tyler. So, Tyler used to be known as Noni. He's, of course, a member of Team Liquid and has had a really illustrious StarCraft career, both in StarCraft 1, Brood War, and now in StarCraft 2. He has just been so well known in the StarCraft community for a very long time now, and recently he has had some really dominant performances in lots of tournaments, North American tournaments, tournaments in Europe. He plays a lot of games on the European server as well. He's a really solid Protoss player. He definitely favors an aggressive style, I would say. Lots of those strong Protoss pushes, right as you sort of hit the mid-game. Similar timing to like a 4-gate almost. We'll see if that's what we're going to witness today from Liquid.Tyler. I'm not really sure. Up at the top left position, we have his opponent, Aki, is going to be a red Terran player. Now, the map today is Delta Quadrant, and Delta Quadrant is one of the only maps in the current 1v1 map pool that really does have positional advantages. You can see Aki here in the top right really does favor the Terran player because you really is a short distance to this cliff where you can drop siege tanks, Thors, really abuse the high ground, and definitely attack this backdoor expansion that's protected by the destructible debris. I'm not sure if we're going to see these players actually take their backdoor, but as I sort of mentioned before, given the positions, it would make a lot more sense for Aki to go for that backdoor expansion. It's a lot easier for the Terran player to defend it than it will be for our Protoss player, Tyler. Pretty standard opener for Tyler, getting the Gateway Assimilator and the Cybernetics Core. Tyler taking the long route for scouting. He is going to scout the 2 wrong bases before finally finding Aki's base up here in the top left. We do have a second refinery on the way now as well. It's going to have lots of gas pretty quickly here. One Marine out already is going to deny scouting. Or is he? Probe manages to slip by. Is the second Marine going to be out in time? No, just a little bit too late. So this probe for Liquid.Tyler is going to scout the 2 refineries. But that is about it before it gets taken out. The SCV for Aki as well, doing all that vital scouting. Although it doesn't appear that the SCV actually moved in far enough to scout the assimilators. He's coming back though. Very nice. Got to get that vital scouting information. But he's got to do scouting quick. The Stalker's going to be out any second. And kind of surprises me that Aki didn't try to scout those refineries. It's a little bit of a mistake there. As you can definitely narrow down the number of build orders that are available to a player, judging by the amount of gas they're mining. Bunker going up at the top of the ramp. Aki, of course, saw that Stalker that was out already, and even one Zealot and one Stalker versus Marines can be pretty scary if you don't micro correctly. But it looks like Aki's going to be just fine to hold this off. This Zealot down to 35 hit points. Going to fall back. And keep an eye at both players' bases. We got another gateway on the way. He put down the robotics facility first. So Robo, then the second gateway. Very nice. Back at Aki's base. Factory, of course, already arriving. He's got a tech lab now on the way as well. I'm wondering if he's going to pump out some siege tanks or if he's just going to wait for the starport. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. The starport's almost complete. I was thinking maybe he's going to switch the starport onto the tech lab. Reactor as well on the barracks. And actually rallying that directly into the bunker. Very nice. We have a sentry as well out. And warp gate research now just completing. Observer on the way. Once again, this is actually a very safe opener for the Protoss player when you're going up against Terran. Getting that robotics facility just about, as fast as possible. Allows you to get that observer out on the field right away and protects you from the potential of Banshee play. And it actually looks like we are going to see that. Although Aki didn't decide to switch the Banshee onto this factory's tech lab, it does look like he is going to get Banshees nonetheless. Not going to go for Cloak. Pumping out some siege tanks as well. Well, he actually only has built one. Keep an eye on the production tab. See when he, if he's going to go for siege tech. I certainly expect it. It's just a matter of timing now. He's getting another siege tank. We'll keep an eye out for those upgrades as well. This observer now arriving for Liquid.Tyler. It's going to see, everything that's going on in the Terran base. So I'm actually wondering, how's he going to react? I mean, he puts down... Well, he already had the Nexus down before he did that scouting, so it's now going to be a question of, can Tyler... how's Tyler's defenses? How strong is he going to be able to fend off the incoming Banshee? We've got one Banshee coming over here, and actually not queuing up a second Banshee, a Raven rather. Raven's, of course, very strong if your Protoss opponent is going very heavy on the Stalker count. I mean, he's got 4 Stalkers out already, and the Banshee has actually been spotted. Very nice. The very good timing to get these Stalkers in position. Of course, having that observer in Aki's base definitely tips off Tyler so that he can have a couple Stalkers in position to defend against this Banshee. The Banshee can't do any mineral line harassment, and instead is going to try to get some shots off on this pylon. But it's actually probably going to get fended away as well. Very nice. 3 tanks out now. Raven building up some energy. And it looks like the observer, the observer for Liquid.Tyler was taken out. I just saw its remains there. So having that Raven out, very good, obviously for detection as well. Snipe out those observers whenever possible. You do not want your Protoss opponent to have like an uncontested eyeball in your base. 2 probe kills there from the Banshee, very nice. But this is starting to look like a pretty scary army from our Protoss player. You got 4 Stalkers out already, and sentries now with lots of energy. This one's got enough for 4 force fields, 3 force fields. Yeah, so 3 times 3 is 9, plus another 4 is 13 force fields, just from 4 sentries. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I'm wondering what if he's gonna go for Guardian Shield, or use those force fields, or what. It doesn't even look like Tyler's really looking to put too much pressure on at this early stage. And I mean, why bother doing that? He's trying to set up his natural expansion, trying to get his saturation up on the income tab. Very close, neck and neck, really. But look at this, very nice abuse of the high ground as 2 siege tanks have been dropped. But lucky for Liquid.Tyler, he does have an observer there to spot. And these 2 Immortals, do manage to take out one of the siege tanks. The second siege tank lifts off. I really like that play by Aki, abusing the high ground, but, a little unlucky for him. Liquid.Tyler, of course, had that observer to spot the high ground, and 2 Immortals that they actually 3-shot, with 50 damage, they 3-shot siege tanks. But still, of course, very effective. It takes 10 siege blasts just to get through these hardened shields. So, yeah. Obviously a very powerful unit versus the siege tanks. Push those away, really no problem at all. Lots of upgrades going down as well in the production tab. Stimpack research on the way. No attack upgrades yet for our Terran player. Just Stimpaks. No combat shield just yet either. More Banshee harassment. How much damage is he doing? He's up to 5 kills now. Not bad. Pulling his weight for sure. And in the Protoss base, we have a Warp Prism out already. Very nice. My last cast had some really interesting Warp Prism play, and I'm looking forward to the coming days or months or whatever stage in the metagame where Protoss players start to incorporate more Warp Prism play, because I really think that they're an underused unit. Nice little pylon spread as well, just doing some spotting, of course. And we have Templar Archives complete. No Psystorm on the way just yet. The Twilight Council is researching Charge for Zealots. Very nice against heavy infantry play. It looks like Tyler at this point considering picking up a 3rd base. And these positions are good for Tyler in that he can, expand down to this gold base. He's definitely not going to want to expand here. You do not want to be expanding towards your Terran opponent. But this would definitely be an option. We'll keep an eye out to see when he wants to pick that up. And a little bit more harassment. It'd be nicer to see them see this Banshee going for the probes. Still at only 5 kills. And it looks like the Terran player looking to move out. That is a ton of Marines. But with these sentries, keep an eye out for the Guardian Shield. Because with this many Marines, Guardian Shield really does wonders. 5 siege tanks on the low ground, starting to blast away. But these charge lots doing a lot of damage. Point defense drone as well, absorbing a lot of the stalker fire. But you know, point defense drone doesn't affect sentries, doesn't affect zealots, nor does it affect the immortals. So the point defense drone really wasn't that useful there. And like I mentioned before, Guardian Shield increases armor by 2. And when you've got Marines that are only doing 6 damage, that reduces their damage to 4. So when you've got, say, 20 Marines, they're really only doing the damage of about 13 Marines when you've got Guardian Shield up. So really a useful spell given the unit composition of Aki. But Aki now trying to secure an orbital command is natural, but getting some pressure from our Protoss player. More Guardian Shields, a few force fields going down as well. Siege tank getting shots in from the ramp. Lots of SCVs, Maynarding down as well. It looks like all these Marines are going to get wiped out. This is starting to look like a very scary push, as there are High Templars being warped in as well. Could actually use his Warp Prism to cast that phasing mode, so warp in the High Templars a little closer into the battle. But very nice, lifting off a couple of Immortals as well, getting those Mortals out of harm's way with that Warp Prism. Very nice. God, endless SCVs. I really think Aki at this point is just flustered. I mean, these SCVs do not belong down here. They are all going to get taken out very quickly. And this is sort of looking to be the beginning of the end for our Terran player. A couple forges going down, securing his advantage along with picking up the gold base. Liquid.Tyler, really a heavy favorite now, especially on the income tab. Yeah, infinitely more income, if you will, for Liquid.Tyler right now. And it looks like this might be the final push as Tyler's heading up the main ramp into the base of Aki. Point defense drone going down in vain, and Aki calls GG. A very strong showing from Liquid.Tyler. Very scary Protoss player, as I mentioned before. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this matchup. I'm going to be doing more casting tonight. Take care for now. Peace out.